Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці.
Dear Ukrainians, I wish you health. I signed 2 decrees on sanctions against those who work for Russian aggression. These are officials of the aggressor state, its defense industry, hundreds of companies and collaborators. It is about more than 650 newly sanctioned persons. The National Security and Defense Council will continue this work, and none of those who help terrorists, work for them, supply or manufacture weapons for terror, none will escape liability. The blocking of accomplices of terror, the isolation of the terrorist state, its defeat and trials are what await all those who started and are waging war against Ukraine and the international order. By the way, this week Switzerland joined the 10th sanctions package of the European Union. It is important when the states that are neutral in the military-political sense nevertheless take a clear moral position towards Russian terror, towards Russia's destruction of the global order based on rules. Only in unity can we preserve peace as the basis of international relations, and I thank Switzerland for the relevant decisions. I spoke also with the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, in detail, 1 hour, about the situation at the front, our political interaction, about how we are moving in implementing the Ukrainian peace formula. Thank you, France, for your unwavering support. In general, the week brought a number of positive news for Ukraine, for our defense, and for the defending the regular life of all free nations. Within the framework of the OSCE, work on the first separate international report, which will be dedicated to Russia's forced deportation of Ukrainian children and attempts to assimilate our children, began. Russia commits it systematically and calculates it at the state level. Accountability for it will be systematic too. Accountability for Russia as a state and everyone involved. Thanks Germany for the new steps in defense support that were taken this week. Thanks to Croatia for another defense support package. Thanks to North Macedonia for the decision on helicopters. Thanks to Slovakia, Slovenia. Thank you to Canada for the financial support. The funds have already arrived in the state budget of Ukraine. Thanks to the IMF for the new program for Ukraine. The program is approved. The size is more than $15 billion. This will help us preserve social stability. Unfortunately, we have also bad news. That is obviously absurd and destructive. The terrorist state began to chair the UN Security Council on April the 1st. The day before, the Russian army killed another Ukrainian child, a 5-month-old boy named Danilo, from Avdiivka, in Donbass, together with his parents, who were injured. Russian artillery, one of the hundreds of artillery strikes that the terrorist state launches every day. And at the same time, Russia chairs the UN Security Council. It is hard to imagine something evident that proves the complete bankruptcy of such institutions. There is no such form of terror that has not yet been committed by Russia, and there will be no such reason that will stop the reform of global institutions, in particular the UN Security Council. The reform that is clearly overdue, so that a terrorist state and any other state that wants to be a terrorist cannot disrupt the peace. Terrorists must lose, must be held accountable for terror, and not preside anywhere. Glory to all who are now in battle. I thank everyone who helps Ukraine, who defends the international order based on rules. Thank you to everyone who saves and helps save our people after being injured by Russian shelling. Eternal memory to all adults and children whose lives were taken by the terror of Russia. Glory to Ukraine.
Слава Україні!